It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. To throw on 3rd down, Hurley throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Broncos send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Lions will take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And he's off to a fantastic start to the season. Already 8 touchdown passes in just his first 2 weeks of the year. Now, I don't think that's a pace he's going to be able to sustain, but at the very least, he's got this offense humming here to start things out.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 91 yards.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The Lions at 2-0 here to begin the season. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 3rd down, Samuels. And he comes back with one complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 43. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. They go play action here on first down. On the move to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack.
Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. To throw on third down. Samuels. And that is incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. On 3rd and 2, Hurley. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. From the gun on 3rd down, Samuels. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
Denver's offense now set to go.
They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Hurley steps away to his left.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Operating from the gun. Hurley Flushed out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Hurley. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
So here are the Lions to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Samuels.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches.
Now a toss here, short side.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
To throw on 2nd down. Samuels. The quick slant caught.
And the Lions are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Samuels. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. So 2nd and goal there from the 1. They go to the air.
And the perfect down to throw the football in this sequence. 2nd down is always kind of the, do they throw it, do they run it? They worked it out to perfection on that one by throwing it into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Hurley. And this is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Hurley trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
The Broncos send out their punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So here come the Lions now. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Samuels.
And this one too low.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
A nice little juke. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And incomplete on the deep ball. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Hurley. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted.
And the Lions will take over possession here up at the 44.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. 23 yards on the play.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st down, Samuels. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. 33 yards.
And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend, because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
On 3rd down, Hurley. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Throwing on first down. Samuels. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. So a second NFL interception for him, and he is looking the part here in year 1.
And normally, partner, you talk about cornerbacks and safeties being the ball hawk type of guys, and they always will be because they'll get more opportunities. But this young man has potential to be a ball hawk from the linebacker position. I think that's why he was drafted as high as he was, and he'll stay on the field on most downs.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Back to throw. Hurley. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Lions are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Hey, check that.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Samuels. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
Yeah, and at the risk of sounding just a little bit trite, this is just a tackle that needs to be made. It's one thing when you've got a bruising 230-pound running back coming your way, but when it's a quarterback who's running for his life, your teammates will tell you, you've got to get him on the ground.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
To throw on 2nd down. Samuels. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on first and second down, because that leaves them third and short, third and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
On 1st and 10, Samuels.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just past the 35. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw on 3rd down, Hurley. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Denver's offense now set to go.
They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Hurley. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Hurley. And now here is another interception.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Samuels got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
A 9-yard gain on the play.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And his kick is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
On 1st down, Hurley, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Operating from the gun, Hurley, and this will be incomplete. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Hurley. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
From the gun on 3rd down, Hurley. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Hurley forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Brings up third down and 10.
On third down, Hurley. Escape. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room, maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
The Lions offense set to take over. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Touchdown! A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw. Hurley. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And taken right at the 35. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Throwing to start the drive. Samuels. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Throwing to start the drive. Hurley. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
2nd and 2.
Looking to throw. Hurley. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing on first down. Hurley. This will be caught at about the 5. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Operating from the gun. Hurley. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Oh, and he's going to be brought down a few yards short of the goal line, and they're going to be unable to stop the clock from here. So close yet so far, and that's going to be how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was the Vikings who were able to get the victory at home. 27-22 was the final. Next, we head off to check out another game. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. Garrett Gilbert, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. The Packers playing well early as they get it to 2-1 with the victory. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where he's headed now.
He's got his opportunity to throw it out. Let's see how he does. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Back to throw. Samuels. Looking left sideline. It's complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. 55 yards.
And the Lions come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone.
Taken in at the 3. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. On 1st and 10, Hurley throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Looking to throw. Hurley. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
The Broncos send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Samuels. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Samuels. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
From the gun on 3rd down, Hurley. And my goodness, another interception. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This fielded right at the goal line. Denver's offense ready to go again. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. To throw on second down. Hurley. And that one taken in by Lashley. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Open man is Lashley. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Operating from the gun, Hurley. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
To throw on 3rd down, Hurley. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 75 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Looking to throw. Samuels. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And in for the Lions touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Lions get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 27.
Right back to him on 1st down.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hurley. And he's got his man in stride, complete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On 1st down, Hurley. And he'll find Lashley there. It's complete.
Hurley's pass complete to number 83. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Off the play fake, Hurley. And this one is incomplete. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw, Hurley. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he will have a Broncos 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Operating from the gun, Hurley. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Hurley. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Hurley. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but
plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
The kicker on 4th point after.
point after, right down the middle, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
So out now come the Lions. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Dancing away at the 35. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Samuels. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt.
The Broncos are about set to go on offense. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple. Looking to throw. Hurley. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Throwing on first down. Hurley. He finds Lashley, complete over the middle.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
On first and 10. Hurley firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
To throw on second down. Hurley.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Looking to throw on second down. Hurley. And on third and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And his kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over.
We've paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the fourth, Charles, it's really, really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, but the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result. This is Super Bowl-esque, and they've got to feel awfully good about what they put out there today.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Back to throw. Samuels. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
111 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space. but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Lions are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they've wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6.
And now here is another interception. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Now the try here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Throwing after the interception. Hurley. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. To throw on second down. Hurley. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Hurley. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Back to throw again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Looking to throw on second down. Hurley. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. Back to throw. Hurley. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Throwing middle, and it's complete. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Hurley. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down.
Defense.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
And they take a knee.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for our visitors, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.